All right, take two. That was we just started the show, and then I, like an idiot, I didn't press record. So
that's our audio producer, Joe Capuano, everybody. Joe Cap. That's Jake the Snake's dad, everybody.
I'm looking at the board and I'm seeing, wait a second, why is it like this? Why is it like that? And I'm going, you dummy, you didn't press record, you idiot. So, of course, I am an idiot, but please, I am a senior.
Cap is an idiot, says Marv Albert, 66 WNBC Sports. That's for you, bro.
Yep. Thank you, Z-Man. Jake, we got Jake back today. Jake, how you doing?
Doing well.
How about
the season rolling?
Right.
Got the season rolling, and now we're 1-0. We've got our next game tomorrow, and looking forward to it. So,
who are you guys playing, Jake?
We're playing in-state rival Rhode Island College.
Now, what level? Like, what level is Johnson and Wales?
Division 3.
Okay, so they're D3. What's their conference?
I believe right now it's the NESAC or the something, but I know that next year we'll be switching over. We'll be switching conferences to I believe it's the New England conference with all the teams from the surrounding areas.
Okay. All right, cool. And so what do you do for them? You're like the statistician, right?
Well, no, that's actually my buddy who's the other team manager, kind of does that part. I'm so much, I'm really involved in practice, and then for games, I'm kind of making sure we take the stuff from the bench, after games, and getting the guys shirts, and they come off the bench and getting them water. So it's been good. It's just a lot of little things. But,
and this is part of your degree, right?
Oh yeah. You got to think, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Like your degree, what are you going for? Like sports management, correct?
Sports management, yeah, you got it.
Yeah, that's good, man. This will work towards your degree. Just keep working hard, buddy. Basketball season's just starting. You got a long year.
Yep.
Yeah, basketball is college hoops is starting to roll already. I can't believe that we are into college hoops already. I mean, we got the NFL in full gear. We got the NBA rolling. We got college football. All the teams are jockeying for position. And what did we say? Was it 12 team?
It's a 12
tournament.
It is 12.
Okay, 12 teams.
Yep.
Will a 3-loss team make it is the big question. I got to figure if Alabama or Georgia or a team like that has 3 losses, they're going to get in. I mean, let's face it, SEC team.
I don't know.
Big
You know what? I don't know because
maybe not. Yeah.
Well, they created this thing for, like the mid-level, like the D1 programs. Like you look at a team like Indiana this year, that's like undefeated, like 10-0, and then you're like these power conferences, like the Big Ten and the SEC, who are just beating each other week by week. But the thing is, like, you're going to take the conference winner from the SEC and the conference winner from the Big Ten. So that's probably going to be like 1 and 2
right
in the ratings. But then the other conferences, like the ACC and the Big 12,
right,
their conference champion is also going to be rated very high.
So that's 4 so far.
And then 8 at large, of which one of those teams has to come from what they call the best of the Power 5, like the best, not the Power 5,
right?
Like the other conference, like the
AAC,
the Boise
Mountain West,
and all those other conferences, of which Boise State right now has that last spot. That's the 12 spot.
Yep.
And so what'll happen is, if you just look at it like right now, SMU leads the ACC.
Right.
So they could get a very high seed. And like BYU leads the Big 12. So they could get a very high seed.
No question.
So let's just say for this discussion, the first 4 teams are Oregon, Ohio State, and let's just say the season stopped and it would be like SMU and it would be like BYU, and then you fill in like the next 7 teams.
Right.
And then you're going to have, let's just say, like Alabama, a Georgia, an Indiana. I mean, just
Indiana's undefeated. Indiana's undefeated. Geez.
And Mississippi is another really good team.
Yep. Yeah, Ole Miss is right there.
Yeah, and so when you look at this, like the teams that get like those 3 and 4 spots, they're getting an easier bid because those teams will like the 1 and 2, the first 4 like get a bye into the next week.
Right.
But they're going to have to play like the winner of, say, like a Georgia. I don't know, like off the top of my head, like a Georgia, maybe Clemson. I'm just thinking, or Texas A&M or something like that. And those are going to be dogfights.
Oh, totally. Here, I got a funny thing. What if, and this is not so outlandish, what if Army goes undefeated the whole season and beats Navy and beats Notre Dame?
Right. That's their biggest game.
Now, granted, they got to beat Navy and they got to beat Notre Dame, go undefeated. But what if they do that? Army. Could Army be in the dance?
But they're Conference USA, so I think that they would go
as the
into
conference
that
champ
pool with Boise State.
Is Boise State in the Big 12 or are they still in the Mountain West?
No, they're the Mountain West.
Okay.
So they would go, you know what I mean? So that's part of the argument with this tournament. And it's funny that you were like talking about that because like with our run to the end zone 6-pack this week, I actually took 2 college games that are going to directly reflect on this, top 12.
Oh, yeah. Now it's getting tight. Now it's nip and tuck in the college football world, man.
It is nip and tuck in the college football world.
Hell yeah.
As in the NFL.
Yeah. I mean, let's talk NFL.
You know what? Let's take a rant. First of all, before we take, I don't want to forget too.
Yeah.
I have to send out a greeting to one of our loyal listeners, Greg White, who won the local Tuesday night Fairways on Half Moon Crescenti League.
Way to go, Whitey.
Championship. Way to go, Whitey. I mean, like showing us something here. So now you can spread the word about Off the Chest and how you got featured. It was a tough grind for him all year to finish on top by beating people like the Larks of like Tim the Translator Larkin and others.
Yeah, that's nice, man. You win a golf tournament. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, so congratulations to Whitey. And don't forget, people, you can reach us on our email at offthechest84@yahoo.com. We actually got an email this week from one of our loyal listeners, Jeff O'Malley, who tells us that we're doing an awesome job, and we appreciate that.
Absolutely.
And so thank you very much, bro.
Yeah, we want to hear from you guys out there. We want to hear what you think, what you like, what you want. And even if you want to get on the show, something like that, we have a very special thing coming up today that we're going to talk about a little bit later. We have our rant of the week, so we have a video clip of one of our listeners that we'll bring up a little bit later. But let's talk some NFL right now, Z-Man. What are you thinking right now?
Let me have a rant, Joe. Now I'm going to have a rant about the NFL.
Let's go.
Okay, first of all, can we please, Brady, please, with sugar on top, get full-time officials in the NFL and learn how to use the replay system? Because week after week after week
it is
after
so
week,
bad. It's
like
bad.
Let's just talk about that Cincinnati-Baltimore game last Thursday night. We've got to figure out a way to get this right. Now, I've always said that I follow the Canadian Football League, and up there, the way that they do their instant replay is you can challenge almost anything.
Yeah, I know.
And if you challenge something and you lose a timeout and the right to challenge for the rest of the game.
And it's automatically, they'll call it down from the booth, even if it's not challenged. Is that right? Was that what they do in Canadian?
Well, what they do is, like, on the field, like, you like somebody, they have somebody in their booth, the team has somebody that watches the replay,
Right.
like comes down to the coach like they do in the NFL. But you can challenge things like like pass interference up there.
Well, that's the other
And
thing. They're never going to do
because
that. Ugh.
Yeah, because their broadcast network is TSN, which is sister to ESPN in the States.
Right.
Like ESPN owns TSN.
Right.
So you know they have the technology.
Oh,
So in the
yes.
States,
Absolutely.
we have Fox and CBS
Yeah, right.
and NBC, 3 of the top 4 major networks, and Monday night is simulcast on ABC.
Right.
So don't tell me that we don't have the money or the wherewithal
Oh, absolutely.
to do this.
No
It's
question.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like every week that we're talking about the referees.
Yeah, no, it's bad.
Roger Goodell is a dunce.
Yeah,
You know what? He just is.
I mean, they have to come up with something like I said. I'm gonna say it again. Bill Parcells said it. Just make the call right. You know what I mean? Whatever. You know, it seems like that they use the replay and then they don't use the replay. Why? How did 5 officials miss that play? How did they not see this? How did they not see that? It's every week. And it's usually something major. And it's kind of like, what are you doing?
Isn't it the purpose of instant replay to get it right?
Exactly. Just get the call right. All right. Besides that, we could talk a whole show on that.
Wait,
but
I have one other rant real
Go ahead.
quick, though, about this. Okay. So, by the way, we would be remiss to not say Happy Veterans Day
Oh,
to
absolutely.
all the people that served, all our active duty military people. So happy Veterans Day. But here's my
Absolutely.
rant.
Thank you for your service.
Here's my rant.
Yes, sir.
And Jake is a college guy now, so we can talk about common sense. Okay, so the Giants played the Panthers on Veterans Day in Germany.
You mean Veterans Day was Monday?
Well, yes, but Veterans Day weekend, when we celebrated our veterans all weekend,
Right.
we had a game in Germany.
Okay.
Like, do you remember like high school, like social studies about like World War II?
Yeah.
Who we fought?
Yeah.
So we're playing in Germany on Veterans Day.
Okay.
Like, I'm like, why?
Yeah. I
Why
mean,
are we playing in Germany? And furthermore, why are we sending the Giants and the Panthers?
well, that's, yeah.
lead
Well,
for
there's your
symmetry,
answer.
Joe.
There's your answer.
For lead for symmetry, though, you could send the Patriots.
Yeah.
Get it?
Yeah.
Like the Patriots.
Yeah.
Like we're in Germany. It's stupid.
It's
Roger
all a money
Goodell-
grab. It's all a money grab. It doesn't
Just like
matter.
with instant replay, the outcome of games, when you're in bed with all the betting markets like MGM, DraftKings, FanDuel, ESPN,
Yeah.
you're just a scandal waiting to happen. It's
Totally.
stupidity.
Totally. I mean,
Am I the only one that sees this?
no, I mean, I like I said, with the money that's getting thrown around, I mean, with these refs making calls, it looks it's just a bad look. But let's go to the games themselves now and the teams. Obviously, the cream is starting to rise to the top. Kansas City's Kansas City. They just find a way to win. They'll block a field goal, basically an extra point field goal against Denver, who Denver's been playing pretty good, by the way. And just no problem. We'll block the field goal. Boom. Game over. Now they're 9-0. You got Detroit. You got Goff, who throws 5 interceptions, and they still find a way to win. It's amazing how these teams win at all, no matter what, and these other teams suck no matter what. Like, I don't want to even talk about the 2 teams in New York. I really don't. But
No, we won't.
We won't. Why bother? It's a waste of breath. But
here's
a
the
lot
thing
of
that
crappy teams out there, man.
Here's the thing that we're not factoring in, Joe,
What?
about the NFL this year. When you talk about the Chiefs and you talk about the Lions, who I think right now, and maybe you could sprinkle in the Ravens, are the best teams like in the NFL.
Sure.
You know what the common denominator is besides the defense and the quarterbacking? How about the advent of kickers and kicking like 50-plus field goals like they are extra points?
Exactly.
That guy in the Lions made 2 like 56+ yard field goals, one to tie and one to win.
Yeah, I think 58
They
and
were bombs
56.
for him. The guy last night, Sanders,
Yep.
from the Dolphins.
Yep.
These guys are doing it like it's nothing.
I know. I don't get it. And they changed the balls. Remember the kickers used to stick the balls in like dryers and they did all kinds of. Now they don't allow them to do that anymore, and they're still kicking a ball freaking a mile. But what are you going to do? I mean, that's part of the game. I think like I said, kickers are a very important player on your team. Look at the Jets. The Jets. Oh, that team. I had to say the name, but Zerline missed. How many field goals that cost them games? Not one game, not two. I think it's at least 2, possibly 3 games. Zerline missed field goals that possibly could have cost. I mean, that's important shit. You got to put points on the board, even if it's a field goal. I mean, chip shots. I mean, anyway,
what about the guy?
Let's not talk about that.
What about the guy from San Francisco who missed 3 field goals?
And they
finally came back,
and they still won.
Got the one to win the game.
Yeah, Debo and Debo was in his face. Did you see that, Debo?
See that?
Yeah, Debo was in his face, and this long snapper, he was the one who went back at him. Yeah,
I loved it, man.
Yeah, no, that's great.
You know what? Yep, it was good.
Yeah,
and the coach is like, well, we're just telling this guy to focus. Well, you think he's going out there to miss the kick?
I know but you know what? I wonder what was the fallout from that. But you know what? These guys want to win. San Francisco needs the win. Debo wants to win. So, but yeah, it's an emotional game. Football is very, very emotional. I could see how tempers could flare very easily. It is what it is. But I mean, it's just like the teams that are going to be winners. We know who they are. The teams that are going to suck. Couple of surprises. I mean, I didn't think the Cowboys would suck as bad. Obviously, without Dak Prescott, they're done. But I mean, even then, they just look terrible. And Jacksonville. And granted, I think Lawrence get hurt. Did he get hurt?
He got hurt.
What happened to him, Jake? What happened to Lawrence?
I just know he's hurt. I'll have to look it up.
But I mean,
throwing shoulder.
It's
left.
They're done.
Throwing shoulder.
So there's 2 teams that I thought this year might be a positive year for both of those teams. They're basically both done. And, I wasn't expecting much from, and then you got teams that, believe it or not, look like they're going to, kind of on their way a little bit. I hate to say it, but the Patriots won big. They look like maybe they're starting to get. You got what's the kid, the quarterback from North Carolina, Jake on
Drake May.
Drake May. He's starting to look like something. Hey, they got a little positive. You just want to have a little. And how about my man Chubba Hubbard on Carolina? They signed him to an extension. Well, they think he's okay. I think it's day to day, but. He had a big game, Chubba Wubba, running the ball. I mean, the Giants, they played, pretty tough. I mean, they both played tough, but it's Chubba Wubba, man, is in the Panthers now. He's my new guy, Chubba Wubba.
It's good for him, too, man. He's sticking with a bad team, and he got a nice little extension.
Good for him.
He get like a 4-year, $33 million
deal. Yeah.
Good for him.
Deal. Nice. And then what else we got this week? What were the other things? Oh, I got another tidbit of college football. Wesleyan, Jake knows this. Our cousin Keith Capuano was caught a touchdown, and Wesleyan beat Jake. Do you know who they beat this weekend for the championship game?
Yeah, I don't know who they beat, but shout out Keith.
Shout out to Keith Capuano. He's a tight end, and he is a freshman. If he could work on his speed, he could possibly make another leap into the next level of college football, I think. I mean,
that's great, man. Catching a touchdown in college. That's awesome.
As a freshman in a championship game, that's pretty awesome. So
where is Wesleyan?
Wesleyan, Hartford, Connecticut.
Okay.
So
what level are they?
They're D3.
Nice.
That's where Bill Belichick went to play football and was at Wesleyan, I'm pretty sure.
So do they have a chance?
I think
do they have a playoff in Division III?
They have
a playoff.
You know what? That's a good question. They do, because Cortland State. Remember a couple years back, they won a national championship. I watched that whole game. What a great game! That's right.
Did they play in Yankee Stadium?
You know what? I'm not sure where they played, but I remember watching the game on TV. I don't think it was Yankee Stadium, but it might have been like some kind of place. I don't think it was Yankee Stadium. I don't. Maybe. But Army's playing Notre Dame in Yankee Stadium. That's going to be the game.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah,
that's going to be an awesome game.
Yeah, that's going to be a game to see.
And what do you think? What do you guys think about these like 9:30 games?
9:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
I like them. I mean, I get up in the morning, I get a cup of coffee, and I'm watching football. I'm good with that.
Let me tell you something. My coffee was yellow this weekend at the End Zone, one of our sponsors.
What happened?
This place was crazy. They had breakfast.
Oh, okay.
It was like, even though it was a local team, like the
Giants, sure.
But I mean, the place was crazy, man.
Yeah, I mean,
I was like, look at this thing.
That's awesome. I mean, to me, if you got a game starting at 9:30. I'm loving it. You know, now Jake remembers the days when the youth football, Jake, right? What time were those games? 8 in the morning?
Those games. Yeah.
8 in the morning.
All the time.
I mean, we were there at like 7 warming up, 6:30 warming up for the game. It started at 8.
I'm sure.
Oh man, those were the days.
What kind of calisthenics were you doing?
Oh, we did them all, right, Jake?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Those were the days. And now now you have NFL on Sunday morning. Listen, NFL is going to try to get any slot they can. So if they can put one in at 9:30 in the morning on a Sunday, they can put one on a Friday. Is there a Black Friday game? I'm sure there's a Black Friday game.
Yeah, there is. It's the Chiefs.
Yeah, they're going to slip that in there. You know, from 1 o'clock till midnight, you got football all day Sunday. Well, now 9:30 in the morning now. So I mean,
did you see where the Christmas games are on Netflix?
That's right. They got Christmas. Yep. Look at that. Are they on Netflix? Is that really the deal?
Yeah, they're on Netflix this year.
Shit, unbelievable. They're on.
It's crazy.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go. We got a new item today. It's called our Rant of the Week. We have Tony Mustache Iglesias, who's going to give a rant about what he thinks about the Yankee bullpen.
Hey, Tony the Mustache, coming to you from Brooklyn, New York. I want to talk to you about the Yankee bullpen. The last, 15 years postseason play, these teams, 2-3 teams, every postseason, they bring in a beast from the bullpen that throws 100 miles an hour, blows hitters away. How come the Yankees never get a guy like this? I don't understand. You see the Yankee bullpen? There's a fight at the other team's bat rack. They can't wait to hit against these guys. They're not intimidating. They're 2-0. 3-1 on every single hitter. All right, let's hear an analytics about that. Okay, you ask Nestor and Freddie Freeman about analytics, but the Yankee bullpen is a huge, huge weakness. I don't care what anyone says. Take a look at these guys. Every single one of them looks like they belong on a sex offenders list. They are not intimidating at all. They haven't learned how to pitch, and part of it's not their fault. That's how they're taught today. I grew up watching Marichal, Gibson, Carlton, Thiever, right? No such thing as a pitch count. These guys all threw 20-some-odd years. Okay, now it's just throw as hard as you can for as long as you can. And this is what you get. Okay? Good luck, and farewell from Brooklyn.
All right. Now, Tony Iglesias was our first baseman in college at Oswego State. He is a retired dean of students, and he is an avid Yankee fan times 1,000. And obviously, he's very passionate about the Yankees. What do you think, Z-Man, about the Yankee bullpen?
I think the Yankee bullpen's really going to struggle this year because of the guys that they're losing, including Holmes.
Yeah, Holmes is gone, I heard. Where's Holmes going? Is he going to the Red Sox or something like that?
I'll tell you what, he's going to get paid wherever he goes.
Yeah,
the rumor is that the Yankees are looking at Devin Williams from the Milwaukee Brewers in a trade.
Okay.
So if you're the Yankees, like you really, I've been on this kick the whole year since we've been doing this thing.
Yep.
That they need to get somebody in the bullpen that can miss bats.
Right.
Like this Weaver kid, great for him. Great story. Finally got a job.
Right.
Gonna make some nice coin. Good for you. But you know what? You saw down the stretch and in the playoffs that bullpen struggled. You
Yeah.
got to have somebody that's dominant out
You
there.
need a closer.
You're the Yankees in
And
free
you,
agency,
and you
Joe.
need a closer. Listen, we have been over the years as Yankee fans, we
Spoiled.
have spoiled with Mariano. Spoiled. The guy
Well, before
was
him, it
automatic.
was John Wetland.
Right.
Remember, it was John Wetland in the glory days. It was Sparky Lyle and Goose Gossett.
That's right. That's right.
Then towards recent history, it was Aroldis Chapman.
Yep.
I mean, we've been spoiled, man. And I'm telling you, you saw how important the bullpen was in the league championship and the World Series.
The Dodgers basically had the best bullpen in baseball.
Yes.
I mean,
absolutely. Everybody knew their role and did their job.
And they lost a couple of key starters. I mean, and they still were able to win a World Series. Why? Because they had a very good, excellent bullpen. And that's what you need. You need good starting pitching, obviously, and excellent bullpen. I mean, listen, baseball comes down to pitching. If the Yankees don't do anything, I mean, they got to get some more pitching, obviously, and they got to get bullpen now. I mean, all right, I'm going to mention Mr. Soto at once, and that's it. But again, I don't. If to tell you the truth, I'd love to see Soto go to the Mets because you know what?
Me too.
Because he stays out of the American League. And
the Yankees are not going to be able to give him the
exactly.
money. They're not going to pay what he wants.
Exactly. And the Yankees could concentrate on pitching because that's what they need. And they got to concentrate on players who want to win. Now, Soto wants to win. No question about it.
They have to. The Yankees are a flawed team, Joe.
No question.
They're over and over
no
and
question.
over. The Yankees need to shore up their defense.
Absolutely.
Get mentally tough players. And they've got to fix their staff in their bullpen.
Yep.
Tommy Kahnle, he was another one. Thank you for the memories.
Yep.
You know what? Good luck. Sign with the Tigers.
Yeah.
I don't care where you go.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I'll help get your ticket out of there.
Yeah. But I think the Yankees really got to reorganize the team. Obviously, Aaron Boone got another year, the ho-hum, but I mean, they've got to change the type of team that they are, bloop and a blast team. They got to be more of a, scratch out runs.
Station to station, move runners,
good defense, good pitching. I mean, it always comes down to that kind of stuff. And that's what drives me nuts. It's not the team that blasts home runs.
Team, Joe. You can tailor if you're the Yankees and you don't sign Soto, which would be a big hit, you can still field a team that's tailored to Yankee Stadium. With
no question.
And defense, and you can still they still have Judge.
Yep.
They still have Stanton.
Oh, and you know what?
They still have Volpe.
Right.
I mean, they have a nice core. Go out and supplement that.
And get young guys. Bring up these young guys. What is going on? Let these guys play. I mean, you got these kids that are in a farm. I mean, let's see what they got. You know what I mean?
Well,
it drives me
yes
crazy.
And no. Yes or no, man. Well, that's another subject for another day.
Right, exactly.
We can talk about down the line. But you know what? The Yankees have been notorious over the last 10 years to hang on to prospects 1 year too long.
Yeah, exactly.
And then when they hang on to them, they lose their value because the guy really, their value goes down. So, I mean, this team's got issues. The Mets are going to be big spenders. Watch the Jays in the Soto sweepstakes.
Oh God!
The Jays had money to go after Ohtani. They certainly have it to go after Soto.
Yeah.
So watch the Blue Jays.
Yeah, he might go.
Hey, and I wish I had. Before we forget, I wish I had more money because last week I went 2-4.
Oh yeah, let's see. What do you got this week? Let's go. Run to the end zone, baby. Let's go.
We're running to the end zone. 227 Park Avenue, Mechanicville. Scotty Rinaldi, Larry Grayson. You're gracious, and I appreciate you, as does the rest of us here at Off the Chest. All right, so we're at 16-10. We're just going to go through them real quick. 3 college, 3 pro, like we do it every week. All right, so in college, we're going to take SMU, 16.5-point home favorite against Boston College. The reason being because SMU is jockeying for position in that college football playoff. So we're going to side with them 16.5 over BC. BC played their regional rival in Syracuse last week, beat them at home. They're going on the road. I'm going to take SMU because they have to win. Second game we're going to go with, I'm taking Kansas. Kansas is a 3.5 point underdog
I like
on
Kansas.
the ESPN national game. They go to BYU. Again, the reason is BYU played their regional rival last week, Utah, beat them at the gun on the last play of the game.
Utah played them hard. Yep. Okay.
Yep, played them hard. Looking for a letdown. Give me Kansas 3.5. And then we're going to take one other game. We're going to take Nebraska. I'm taking Nebraska, taking 8.5 on the road at USC. Nebraska fired their offensive coordinator.
Really?
They have like basically the best freshman quarterback in football, in Raiola. So give me 8.5. I'm taking Nebraska.
Okay.
On the road at USC. In the pros, I'm going with 2 dogs and a favorite. I'm taking the Falcons this week. They're a 1.5 point dog at Denver. Denver had the rival game against Kansas City. I'm looking for a little flat. As you guys know, regional bias. You know about the Falcons. They play in the NFC South.
Yep.
They're trying to hold on to first place. Give me the Falcons plus 1.5. Give me the Chiefs plus 2.5 at Buffalo.
Really?
To be the man, you got to beat the man.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Chiefs plus 2.5. And by the way, these are a New York Post paper today. And the last game, give me the Chargers. They're home. Sunday Night Football. 1.5 point favorite over the Cincinnati Bengals. To me, the Chargers are one of, if not the most under-the-radar team going right now.
Yeah, they're starting to get it together.
NFL.
Yeah.
And they have a very favorable schedule going forward. Jim Harbaugh has them in the right direction.
Absolutely.
I'll take the Chargers minus 1.5 against the Bengals. So we're taking the Falcons, Chiefs, and Chargers. In the NFL, we're taking SMU, Nebraska, and Kansas. In college football, our 6-pack run to the end zone, sponsored by the End Zone, 227 Park Avenue, Mechanicsville. Like I said, this Sunday for the Giant game, it was a zoo. Great venue.
Listen to that crowd. Listen to that crowd in there. That's actually recorded from Sunday morning when Z-Man was having his eggs Benedict and beer.
No, Z-Man was having yellow coffee, let's be honest.
All right,
he
Z-Man.
didn't have any eggs, unless the eggs were in a bottle.
All right, well, let's wrap it up. Anything left? Jake, you got anything? You got a game tomorrow night, correct?
Game tomorrow night, yeah.
All right.
That's it.
Yeah, good luck tomorrow night. JMU Hoops, keep an eye on them. Z-Man, anything before we go?
Yeah, how about the Cavs are 12-0.
Ah, good point.
In the NBA.
And Donovan looks unstoppable. He looks unstoppable. Holy cow.
And that team, you know what? That team has been building the last 3 years. And they got the right coach in there.
Oh man,
and now they're playing really well. And here's the other thing too, like a one hit.
What?
How about this guy playing hoops for the University of Florida? His name is Olivier Raoul. This is the only knowledge that you can get on the Off the Chest podcast. Yeah. This kid's 7'9".
What?
7 feet 9 inches.
Jake, you know this guy? You know about this guy? On Florida?
No, I've actually never
I did
heard
not
of
know that. Now, he's a freshman, I'm assuming.
Yeah, he's a freshman. He's playing at the. He's a Canadian.
I was going to say
he's playing for the Florida Gators.
Okay,
he's 7'9".
Wow.
His mom is 6'2". His dad is 6'8", and he's got an older brother 6'9". He wears a size 20 shoe. You know what? He's a young man's Tom Leslie, Joe.
Oh my goodness. Well, I got to keep an eye on him. And then, and by the way, Matt Ryan finally signed with the Knicks. And Jake, I think you said he had a 3 in one of the games, garbage time. But hey, he got on the court, man. That's it.
Yeah, that's good. And like as we go forward now, we're going to start focusing on hoops.
Yes.
Hoops is now taking front and center.
Exactly. And I don't want to start talking about the Knicks yet. They're still they're a work in progress. I don't want to talk about them yet.
And let's not forget about the Rangers.
Yeah, same with them. They got Winnipeg Jets tonight. Winnipeg Jets are starting out. I think they have an NHL record for best start in NHL history. I don't know, but anyway,
that's going to be a big game tonight, too.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that when we come back. All right, everybody, thanks for listening to Off the Chest, and thanks for our sponsor at the End Zone in Mechanicsville. And all you listeners, don't forget, it's Off the Chest 84 at Yahoo. rant.com, correct?
That's correct. Hey, tell them how about the video rant.
And take a look at our new video rant with Tony Iglesias, Tony the Mustache Eglesias. Thanks, Tony, for sending that in to us.
Thank you, Tony. Miss you, man.
You got it, buddy. And then we will see you next time on Off the Chest.